Most people in real estate don't have a lead problem, they have a chaos problem. Busy all day, stressed at night, and still wondering where the money went. Tonight, we're breaking down what real what real estate without chaos actually looks like. Real systems, real clarity, and real control. How you guys doing today? Y'all know how I'm doing.
Amazing.
What's going on, man?
Let's do it. How
Brandy,
you
how's
feel?
it? I'm okay.
Mhm.
I'll be better.
I'm a little bit tired today. I am. Right after this call, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna go to bed, but I'm probably gonna go to bed.
You might
How's
be
the
on to
challenge?
something.
Seven
How's the
thirty.
challenge going?
How's what?
How's it, the challenge? How's the challenge going?
Oh, it's going great. It's really good. Like I mean, it's really good. It's my first time ever doing a challenge. So I let my students come in too. People like they're already in my tribe, so they've been super excited about it. They've come every day, and so they're like, "Oh, like this is good. Like people should have done this. This is crazy." Like they were like, "This is a lot of things that people just need to know to understand to even make to take the first step in any direction when it comes to like taking a risk and investing and all
And
of
you're
this."
doing it. And you're doing another one.
March.
March. Yeah, you're doing
Yeah.
another one. So if you didn't join this one, stay
Yes.
stay tuned and join the next one because
Hmm.
it's really valuable information being put out there. So
Absolutely.
we can talk about that more at the end. But tonight we're going to focus on chaos in real estate,
Oof.
and I feel the chaos. You know, coming from a really structured person and technical and feedback loops. Chaos is not really something that I deal well with. I like to be in control most of the time for everything I do.
Hmm.
Not, not that I'm a control freak or anything like that. I
No.
like to know what's going on, and that's what we're going to talk about. So the first question I have for both of you: before you had a real system, what did chaos actually look like in your day-to-day business?
Uh, just an
Go ahead.
example of chaos. My guys, when I was flipping early on, they would call me like forgetting materials. Oh, I went to the Lowe's. They're like, oh, I'm gonna go to Lowe's in the morning. They go to Lowe's. I don't have any time. It could be at 7 in the morning. It could be at 8. It could be at 9. Who knows, right? And then it's like they call you. You have to be ready on the spot with your credit card at any random time. And then they forgot something that morning at 11. They got to go back and they're texting you. I'm already at Lowe's getting the thing I forgot. So can you call? They're going to call you to pay with your credit card. And so before I had a system, I was just annoyed all the time. Like that like changed my mood during the day because it was just like triggering every time they would call me because they weren't planning and their inability to plan was impacting my ability to like just have any type of schedule for my day. And then I realized, you know what, you can just have an account and then you can tell them that they can go get what they need at a certain time every day. And then you're always prepared at that time. If they forget something, they have to pay for it out of their pocket. So they stopped forgetting many things when they were paying out of their pocket. That slowed down real quick.
Thanks.
All right, go ahead, Stacy.
Likewise, on the renovation rehab side of the house is material flow, is vendor management, just assigning days or the workflow from one subcontractor to the next.
Oh yeah.
Uh, that's a major because you have your if you have your plumber come in before your framer, that's just not going to work. You have your electrician comes in before you get your framing done, and now it's like, well, a wall is going right there, and now you having to pay your electrician to come back in and redo things. So, developing a scope of work from start to finish, and giving time frames for each subcontractor. It up front it wasn't there. So, I learned the hard way when I
Mm-hmm.
start paying twice to have things done. The real money killer, real budget killer is when you pay a plumber to do something twice because you put in a wall where he put his plumbing. That's a major. That's one I learned the hard way. And moving past that and on to the actual management of properties, just man, where do I start? Random phone calls from tenants because the light won't turn on in a bedroom. Uh, so something I've learned to do is just to have my ducks in a row and have books for houses. But yeah, it runs very broad from just the subcontractors to the tenants themselves, just stealing your time and feeling like you literally become, if you have no systems in place, you become a concierge to everyone who works for you needs. Like
Yep.
whatever they need, whenever they want it, they're gonna call you, and they're gonna call you no matter what time it is.
Yep.
Well, I guess I could chime in on systems because that's what I do, right? So implementing systems is very important, right? From like if you are developing anything, the roadmap to success is something that you have to identify early on. And before you get a working system, people have to understand that your system probably sucks right now because it's able to get better. Then once you see the flow, now you can grow off of that system. But it's all about leaning out the process or eliminating wasteful things. And that's what you guys both spoke on. The wasteful things that you eliminate, you could be replaced with productive things. And that's why I wanted to talk about systems and eliminating the chaos, which is the wasteful things. And so that's going to go right into the next question. What were you spending the most time on that felt productive but wasn't producing income?
I'll give you this one off top. The actual property management. Dealing with tenants from day to day, every single thing from a clogged toilet to you name it. The key with that is your system. I had to build my systems around who, and then what. So who can I pay to do this on a day to day, week to week, month to month, so that way I can free up my time to do what I do best, and that is grow. It's just to grow things, to grow a business. So once I developed the who, a in-house property management, maintenance, etc. Like it just frees up your time to move on and manage the bigger picture versus every single detail. Because again, it's impossible to have a subcontractor calling you about something you're working on now and a tenant calling you about something you finished working on 5 years ago. It just doesn't work. So on one side, having a construction management software in place just to keep track of things on the projects, that has helped a lot. And then on the other side, having a property management software, which I'm not going to call names because I don't get paid to sponsor anybody. So, we through them. There's options out there. I've been through 3 or 4, and it came down to my current one. They just do what I need them to do on the property management side.
Right.
So
I think for me, when I started, I spent a lot of time trying to gather information for deals. Like I analyzed too long, like creative paralysis. And like in this space, you have to be urgent and accurate, right? Like you have to be quick, but you have to be right. Because time is of the essence, right? And I don't want to say like you're competing in a smaller ring of people. Like the masses aren't competing with you like they would be if you were buying something on Zillow or on the MLS. But when when I was buying off market deals, there's still 50 or 100 people looking at that deal, And so I can't spend all week trying to make sure I get everything right. Like, let me know all the numbers for construction. Let me know all the numbers for closing costs and all the numbers for the lending costs, right? That's great, but you're going to have to find out how to do it faster to make a quick decision and then get the details as you move forward during the due diligence process. So I spend a lot of time doing deal analysis. You don't make any money analyzing deals. You only make money buying houses, selling them for money.
Hey, that was very valid during COVID. During COVID, you know the average time for a good deal to be on the market?
Man,
4
hours.
hours.
Yeah,
4 hours.
hours. So when you
4
pull
hours.
your gut, they say, this is it.
You had to be on the spot. You had to be able to plug your numbers into a system, Excel. Nowadays we have AI, but back then we didn't have AI like that. But you know, you plug your numbers into Excel, and you got to be able to say, okay, it meets the upfront numbers. Let's throw an offer at them.
Yep,
So
that's a fact.
So my next question is, what was the breaking point? Where did you realize I can keep? Where did you realize you can't keep operating like this?
Missing deals. Like, I had a year where I wanted to do 6 flips and I ended up doing 3. And I was like, man, I probably could have done 6 flips if I would have moved faster. And I think Stacy mentioned this before, like looking back at old deals that you were going to make offers on. I started looking back, like at the end of the year, I was like, I didn't hit my numbers. So what happened? And I looked at all the deals that I was going to buy and what they sold them for. And they still did numbers. Like I offered this, or I didn't even offer because I was delayed. And all of them still did great numbers. So I was like, okay, I know what I'm doing now, and I can pull the trigger faster.
for me, my breaking point was just not having time, like just feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Feeling obligated to do things now, constantly now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody needs everything immediately. Like we live in a world where if you don't reply to a text or a phone call, you're gonna get a avalanche of texts or phone calls. So my breaking point was just not being able to manage my time, feeling like other people was managing my time. Um, that was the later breaking point. But early on, before I actually put systems in place and did as I should have done early on, um, what what made me realize that okay, something's not right was again when I just found myself paying to have things done twice or paying to have things done a different way than I intended to have them done.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's literally when your money and your time starts getting diminished because you lack systems and you lack the ability to control the people you have doing things for you, you quickly learn, okay, something's not right. How can I fix this? And it's a ever changing thing too. Now it's like any other system, HVAC system, AC system, a car system. Any system is constantly requiring maintenance and change to keep it in its optimum performance. So to this day, I got some things I'm gonna change tomorrow.
Yeah, that's called enhancements. We added some enhancements to our systems, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's another good segue into the next question. If someone feels overwhelmed right now, what system gives the fastest relief?
A schedule.
Mm-hmm.
A schedule. Whether, and I'm not talking a specific deal schedule, but just a schedule for yourself, saying, okay, from when I wake up in the morning, these are the things that I will do. Phone on silent, do not disturb. I don't care what nobody has going on. Unless I have a subcontractor on site this morning, which I've already communicated with them, this is the time I will be available. I will not answer any phone calls before this time.
That part.
This time, so like establish that boundary and establishing a schedule and really sticking to it because you have strong-willed people who are going to impose their will and their time onto you, but you really got to stand fast. You got to stand on it when you have a schedule, and that schedule has to fit. I mean, you have to be considerate of other subcontractors or other people's time as well. But like your schedule should be pretty tight and what we call, I don't know if y'all called it in the Navy, we call it a battle rhythm.
Mm.
Battle rhythm, meaning every week I do these things. I don't care who you are. Tuesday, don't call me. I'm not doing anything outside of what I do on Tuesday. Wednesday,
Yeah.
don't call me after 6. I'm not answering. I don't care what you have going on. If it's an emergency, call 911. You have to establish that battle rhythm,
Yeah.
aka a solid schedule, and just stick to it, man. It might feel like you're neglecting something, but that's not reality. You're really taking care of yourself. So
Yeah, I agree.
Before Brandi goes, we don't have no battle rhythm in the Navy.
I call it.
People can call. We don't call it anything. People can call you anytime you want.
Well, hey, that's a management problem. If you got good leaders, they'll say, no, my guy's time is protected from this time to this time, and I don't care what else is going on. You've known about this ever since the day I've talked to you that on these days, nobody's touching anybody that I have working for me.
Mm.
Yeah, and I'm retired, so I want to say I didn't have good leaders at times. So I don't know. Maybe it was the squadron that I was in. So I don't know. Maybe we did have a battle rhythm. I just know I didn't.
Man, that battle rhythm is everything, man.
They call you all the time, huh, D? Crazy.
All the time.
Like, man, you just called me. What is it?
Yeah, I'll give you I'm gonna just give you an example. So when I was in Afghanistan, right?
Yeah.
I already worked 14, 15 hours a day, right? So I would go to bed and they said, leave your phone on just in case we need to call you. Now I'm going to bed after 16 hours. Every night I would get a call, 2:00 in the morning. Go get these people from the gate. So now I'm running off. Like I don't even have 16 hours. I have 20 hours now. So now I'm getting 4 hours of sleep.
That's crazy.
That's normal when you deploy.
Yeah. But I was helping other people with their jobs too. So they have a job, but nobody helped me at my job.
Mm.
So
Yep.
That's what it is. So that's why I'm built to do a lot of stuff now.
Now you can multitask, kind of, right?
All right. So I'm sorry to pull you all the way. So go ahead, Brandi.
I was going to mention that I agree with Stacy. I think what he's really saying too is focus, right? Like it's all about focus. It's like, what's your vision? And I teach my students that, like, where are you going and what does it take to get there? And you're off track when you're not doing the things that it takes to get to your goal. And that requires focus. I get pulled in a million different ways. People are constantly trying to get me to do stuff, invest and do deals and do this and do that because they're like, you would be great at this and that. And I'm like, that sounds great, but I'm not doing anything but this because I'm focused and I know I want to go with this. And so I think when you're starting, that's the biggest thing is like what he's saying, create a schedule. That's the roadmap, right? If something gets off, you can identify it. When you can't identify what happened on your last flip or your last real estate investment, then you have the opportunity to make that same mistake again. And that's problematic.
Right. And I guess my take on that is capacity. I feel like your schedule is good. You can be airtight, but you can overload your schedule as well.
Yeah.
Then you don't have the energy to think about the things that you're doing because energy comes with great decision making. So if you're fatigued, even if that's just your brain being fatigued, you may not make the right deal or make a wrong decision or rush things. So when you think about capacity, I like to tell people to think in 2 weeks, what's the goal you're trying to accomplish? And then you look at everything outside of like things that you can't get around, right? And once you get and put it on your things to do, now you go back to what you need to focus on and see where can I slot these things in.
Yeah.
And now you always leave a little buffer there for things that may come in unexpected. I like to say a 20 to 30% buffer. So if your
Sure.
capacity is normally at 100, is really at a 70. Because even when you're working a 9 to 5, you don't work 40 hours a week. You have lunch, you have travel, you have different things that you're doing. You're not going to be working that whole 40 hours. You have 5 minutes here that you break, 10 minutes here that you break. So it all comes down to maybe you're working 70% of the time producing.
Right.
So capacity comes into that as well, and
That's true.
can really help.
I love it.
Now, how do you simplify lead follow-up without losing deals or dropping the ball?
That's systems too. I mean, you have to have a good back of the house system that can text and call and leave voicemail and do follow-ups for you. The one thing people don't like to do is make those calls. You know, they like when they physically have to put the time in the office to make those calls. When someone says, hey, call me back in 2 weeks, I think, I'm going to talk to my husband about selling my house and I just want some time for us to think about it. And you call back in a month, right? Your system could have touched base with that person by a text message or an email right before the call or on time, so that you don't have so much human error by trying to remember exactly when to hit people back. For example, I used to do a lot of deals, and I would have leads from like years ago. I would have like a 2-year-old lead, and my system would be texting that person. And they were like, yeah, you know what? My mom just passed. We just got their house and I have her phone. And we actually don't know what we're going to do. And I might make $30,000 on a property that came out of nowhere just because my system is in place. Simple text messages. Hey, Miss Sarah, we're just checking in with you, seeing if you're still enjoying your house and if you're interested in moving. I know last time we talked, you wanted to do this. And then the daughter calls you back, right? And so I think that's a huge benefit.
Well, that's a gem right there.
Yeah. Perfect. Like she said, systems, CRM. A good CRM is a go-to, as you scale. I'm not saying early on a CRM is the answer for everybody. But a good CRM is a great tool. And just consolidating or having that follow-up process of saying, okay, I'm going to still keep people in the queue who said no. Soft nose, I'm gonna keep them over here. Hard nose, I'll put them over here. So just being able to categorize the type of person you dealt with and their temperament.
Absolutely.
So that's really, it's that follow-up process. And that goes back to having a system. And it could really just be a simple Excel spreadsheet that you keep track of everybody you talk to, highlight one as green. Yeah, that was somebody I need to follow up with immediately. This is something I did early on in the search for properties, was having red, green, yellow. Red means they were not interested at all. I'll put them at the bottom. I might call them back 6 months, 9 months, or a year. Or I might not call them at all. The yellows, they were on the fence. Okay, I'm going to follow up with them. I'm going to follow up with them often until I get a hard no, or I can help them get over the things that are getting that yes. And then my greens are, I got a yes, but we have barriers in place. Those are my daily follow up to remove those barriers to getting the deal actually done. So something as simple as an Excel for follow up is great.
Yeah, and we started with that same thing. My sales team started with the same thing.
Red, green, yellow.
Same colors, same exact.
Hey, that's gonna cost y'all. Y'all got to pay for that. That red, green, yellow.
Red, green, yellow. If you can't use Excel, you can fill in the boxes.
That's it. Red, green, yellow.
Those are gems. My alarm going off, but those are gems. So guys, if you're listening, make sure you have that system in place so you don't miss those follow-ups. Follow-ups can really be rewarding, should I say. And you got to be comfortable with saying or getting told no, because some people say no. It just means not right now.
Right.
They could be in a bad place, or they're not thinking about that because life is life, right? But if somebody curse you out and says no, then just leave them alone. Swallow up a little bit, but don't follow
Those are
up.
the best ones, though.
About to say it depends.
If they go off on you real bad, that's a deal.
It depends. Like I've had one. I did not follow up with him. This was years ago, 2016, 2017. I did not follow up with him because not knowing what I know now, I thought his what his asking price was absurd. He cussed me smooth out. I'm talking, called me all kind of names in the book, and he was like, unless you bring in, it was something like it was like 1.4 million. Unless you're bringing 1.4 million, I'm not interested. Y'all, blah 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 blah. In hindsight, this property was in near Duke Garden, so and it was like 6 properties that he owned, and his number was way lower than what it was valued at. So that man cussed me out. And had I known what I knew now, I would have took him to lunch.
It's like, actually, I want to talk to you more about how you feel about your property. Can we go to lunch?
Because he was right. Like, why y'all keep calling me with these lowball offers? You SOB, don't call me anymore unless you have this amount. And I'm like, whoa, bro, it's not like that, sir. But had I known what I know now, I would have took him to lunch. I would have understood everything he was saying, and I would have wholesaled that deal and
made crazy money.
I would have made a lot of money on that deal.
So let me ask you guys, since that's not the hard no that you're referring to, I'm asking for the audience too. So what does a hard no mean? If cursing you out isn't a hard no?
For me, a hard no is something that is like when they're trying to do something that is unlawful or just like unethical. Like sometimes family members all own a property and then they're trying to cut some sibling out of it or sneak the deal to be closed without making sure everybody's signing or forging for their siblings. So there's ways, like someone is sick and they shouldn't be signing a contract because they're in duress or they're not competent enough to sign and you just do it anyway. Yeah, no. That's a hard no.
Okay.
Those are easy hard no's.
Stacy, you have any hard no's outside of what Brandi just said?
A hard no for me is my spouse is on title, but I don't need them to sign. I'm willing to sell. I'm cool. We're not talking. It's literally, if you can't communicate with the other person who is legally required to sign this, that's a hard no for me. If you're willing to do something backdoor, I can't trust you. Your credibility's shot at that point when you're willing to do something illegal to close the deal.
Yep.
So what I'm hearing is ethics is involved in the hard no. Like if it's not ethical, then that's a hard no.
You're a shady person. I'm not even going to entertain the conversation.
So ethics, no. Curse you out, maybe.
Hey, we're gonna talk, man, because you got something in your heart.
Spicy people still close.
Yeah. I like passionate people.
Exactly.
They say what they mean and mean what they say. I like that.
Got it. So the next question I have is, what does a non-chaotic daily workflow actually look like in real life, not Instagram life?
A non-chaotic daily workflow?
Yes.
As an investor. I think that for me, it would be my team knows where they are. They know where they're going to work that day, right? The materials have been ordered. They're on schedule. Like the hard thing about what we do are just the unknowns that happen to our daily lives. I think what helps chaos be minimized is our ability to have cushion time. Like we don't put, like you said, capacity earlier, right? we're like, I have 50 things to do this week, but today I'm going to focus on making sure I get these 3 things done, so that when things come up that people need me for, I have available time today to make sure I can knock those few things out for them. And I feel like that's a day without chaos. I want to wake up and eat without talking to people. And then I want to figure out what I want to get done that day. I want to like kind of plan my day and plan how I'm going to execute things. And then I can start engaging with other people to like knock additional things out or plan for other things that are going to happen in the week. So I think it's just I want to say your day can be loud, but it's like almost like you have a lot going on, but your day is still quiet. Like it's just a quiet day. Like there's things going on, but you can tell that there's a stillness still happening to you. That's what happens when I have a schedule and it's working.
She has her zen right. She's
Zen. It's like
Control chaos.
mhm.
It's a perfect day.
Exactly, because it's gonna happen.
So what about you, Stacy? I know you're not a social media guy anyway. So what does that day look like for you?
Perfect day for me. Wake up, go to the gym. I'm in and out before 6:30. 6:30. I come home. I sit in front of my computer. I'm gonna check my emails because sometimes those emails are gonna sway my priorities one way or another. Um, After I check my emails, any follow-ups that I can do immediately, I sent those out. Anything I need to put on for a later follow-up, I put that on my schedule. I already have a plan for my day. So a perfect day, everything goes as previously planned. A typical day, it
Right.
just doesn't happen. So, I have let's say I'm on a project for that day. I'm on a project. It's going to go along the lines of most of my guys, depends on the time of the year. Wintertime, they're going to start work between 7 and 8. Summertime, they might start work at 5:36 in the morning.
Mhm.
But they're able to start their day without me. So the key
Mhm.
for me is, can my guys start the day without having to call me? If they can start the day without having to call me, I have done my job. They have the material, they have of course they have everything that needs to be done, the plan of action. They have that, they have the blueprints, they know what to do. I'm still gonna call, make sure, hey, everything good, material good, this good, everything's good. So I'm gonna make that phone call and say around 8 to 9. Make that phone call, and the way I like to do it is I like to have someone on site, not necessarily one of the subcontractors, but we'll call them a project manager, someone there who can just be the point person, the point of communication. Because as these guys are swinging hammers or they're doing whatever they're doing, they can't talk on the phone. It's just impossible. So I want to be in contact with my person on ground, my boots on ground, who can kind of get a feel for what's going on. A lot of times they'll say, "Oh, I need this," but they'll just put that to the side and never tell me until later. Well,
Yeah.
my boots on ground is going to shoot me a quick text or phone call, say, "Hey, we're going to need this in order for them to do X, Y, and Z." So, long story short, is just having control of that day and being able to react to things in a organized fashion. Because like it's impossible to plan every single aspect of what we do,
Yeah.
but we can plan to have things, a system or people. The key is people. People is your systems a lot of time. The key is to have the people and the system in place. So as these things come up, they're not showstoppers. They're just part of the process, and you can keep going. So that's on the project management, the construction side of things. On the management side of things, no phone calls. That's a perfect day.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely no phone call.
Last time I had a day where I didn't have any phone calls.
I'm talking about the property management tenant side, like no phone call.
Oh yeah, okay. I
That's
have
a
those.
great day.
Those days exist.
What I'm hearing is focus,
Mm-hmm.
systems, capacity, and people, right?
Mhm.
And as you guys are speaking, I'm just thinking like, okay, because I'm always thinking of improvement in every area.
Mm-hmm.
And it just aligns with. So I want to ask you guys a question before I go into my take. Do you guys have non-negotiables each day? And this is not on the list. This is just something I thought of. Do you guys have non-negotiables each day that you have to do regardless of what's going on? Because we know things come up. Stacy, I heard you say when you check your email, your day may be swayed. But non-negotiables, do you guys have them? If so, what dictates those non-negotiables?
Go
I'll,
first.
I'll go first with this one. My non-negotiables are, as I mentioned earlier, my battle rhythm. If I tell you, hey, on these days, you can call all you want to, I'm not going to answer. That's non-negotiable. Again, if it's an emergency, call 911. If it's something that can be corrected by, if it's something that's not necessarily an emergency, but it's stopping the workflow, I have confidence in people that I'm hiring that you're going to make a well-informed decision.
Mm-hmm.
If I give you the authority to make those decisions, I'll live with it if I'm not 100% satisfied with it. But my non-negotiable is my schedule. That things that they're there. They've been there from the day you signed your contract. They're not going anywhere. And one of those things is if I have something going on family wise, and I tell you it's my date, that is not going to happen. I don't care what you have going on. I don't care how your schedule changed. It's not happening.
Figure it out.
Figure it out or go back home.
Yeah,
Uh,
I definitely have non-negotiables. I think sometimes I think they change over time. Sometimes, like you know, you get into different rhythms, and you're like, okay, this isn't working in this season. You know, I have to allocate my time towards this. I think my morning time is a non-negotiable. Like, I need time to, because I mean, we're all entrepreneurs, right? We're all we all have businesses. So there's a thing that we think about work when we sleep. Like, we don't even want to. It's subconscious. It's like we could be sleeping great, have a dream, middle of the dream. It's like, did you send that letter? Did you send that paper? And then next thing you know, you look up and it's 1:15, or it's 3:15, or it's 4:22. And that paper just woke you up. You're having the best night of your life. And I think because of that, I have to have time to like reset my day. Because when you like are responsible for other people and their families, and when you have like a lot of responsibility on you, you need time to say the decisions that I make today are going to impact other people's lives. And while everybody's rushing through chaos, I have to make sure that, like, did I eat today? Like, did I drink enough water today? Am I taking care of my physical body? Because if my mind isn't working well, and then if my mind's not working well, then my emotions gonna be all over the place. And if I don't know how to like get the stress, that's like healthy stress. You know, like some things that we do is it's not always negative stress, it's healthy stress, but we still have to like get it off of us. And if we don't have those times where we can just relax and think about what we need to do and plan and organize, then the rest of the day is shot for me. I used to have an 8:30 meeting. That was the worst decision I ever made. I would do that to myself. I mean, I did it for a while too. I started in like September last year, and I was just having it every day. And it was like after 2.5 months, I was mad every meeting. Like, I would wake up upset. Like, I would just wake up, and then as soon as the meeting came, I was mad. And I was like, why am I even doing an 8:30 meeting? Like, this doesn't work for me at all. And then I moved it to 12. Who has a meeting at 12? That's been the best meeting I've had. I mean,
How long is the meeting?
It's an hour.
At 8:30, an hour meeting.
Oh, at 8:30 it wasn't. No, at 8:30 it was ineffective. Like no one's ready. No one has any idea what they're going to do that day. It's too early in the morning. You know, like people are just at the meeting just to be coming to the meeting. So what do you have to do? Well, I don't have anything. So why are we here? And nothing irritates you more than you keep coming to an 8:30 meeting, nobody has anything. Wow. Okay. Why are we even doing this?
I'm not putting. That goes to one of my non-negotiables. I don't put anything hard on my schedule before 9.
Yep.
Nothing hard on my schedule, business related before 9. Like it's just not gonna happen. I'm not doing it.
I like how he used the word hard. Now I need to incorporate that into my analysis of the activities that I do. Because we were talking earlier and I thought about that and I was like, how many of certain things can I do in a day? Because that matters. Right? I had too many of these today. Like too many one-on-one visuals online today.
So I got why I asked you guys that, right? Because I have a solution for that, right?
Okay.
So I asked you guys about non-negotiables. And we all said focus is important, capacity is important, systems are important, people are important. Now, can we all agree on things done in smaller chunks get done faster than doing things in a bigger chunk, should I say, a bigger slice?
Mm.
Even with eating, you could eat something small quicker than you could eat something big, like a big plate. So now, while I say that, every 2 weeks, this is the realm I live in. Every 2 weeks, you have a goal, right? If the things that you're doing don't align or associate with that goal, it's extra, right? So if it's extra work that you're doing, then and you didn't perform the things that you laid out to accomplish your goal, then you're taking away from your capacity, you're taking away from your people, you're taking away from your system, you're taking away from that structure that you have. So you know what may happen? You may not accomplish that goal. And what does that goal do? That goal keeps everyone on your team aligned. So if they start drifting off, they get pulled right back. So let's say, Brandi, when you were having that 8:30 meeting and you had things laid out already for your team to do, and they brought up they were doing something that wasn't associated with that goal, you would say, oh, I didn't know you were working on that. Oh, you don't have anything to work on. Did we accomplish the goal?
Yes.
So now everyone knows going into that meeting, I need to have these things done in order to accomplish this goal. And it may be accomplished quicker. And now you can start pulling things that you're going to be doing later, right? So it all aligns and everything works the same way. Do you know why corporate businesses really don't try to have meetings before 8:30 or 8 o'clock? It's why you work a 9 to 5.
Coffee.
Because you have to give people time to get their engine going.
Yep.
And if they came in early, maybe they're trying to set things up for that 9 o'clock or for that 11 o'clock or for that 12 o'clock. So I think everything works the same, really. There's nothing different about anything in the world. It's just figuring out how to implement it so it can work for you. So
I think that's probably why it's all like kind of it's principles and laws, right? Right when you get to the end of it, it's like a principle or a law, and you're following it and it's working, or you're trying to go against it and you're meeting friction, right? So I think that's why everything aligns, right? Like no matter what, there's a law that's being impacted in whatever thing you're doing. And then if you come back to that law, then you have some like less resistance.
And every law was written in blood, quote unquote. It's because something didn't work. So they put a law in place so it wouldn't happen again. But if you go against that law, that thing that they're trying to stop you from doing is going to happen to you. And And then you're like, dang, I should have stuck to that law or that principle.
Yep. No wonder they told me that.
Some people got to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
I'll give you two categories that I like to break my things down into, and that's operational and revenue generators. So,
Yes.
you know, my revenue generating events, those are non-negotiable. Non-negotiable.
You know what that is? Business. I don't know if you guys can see my hand. Business and operations.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like business and technology. It's like everything goes back to the business, no matter what it is. Business and marketing goes back. Business and sales, it goes back. And sales are revenue generating, but you have to have a process with sales as well, because it's trying to push the business up. Everything goes back to the business. So business decisions dictate what you're trying to work on,
Mm-hmm.
right? I know I don't want to run out of time. I know we could get on tangents and we could go. So the next question I do have, how do you avoid emotional burnout when deals, contractors, or markets get stressful?
I'll go with this. Is being okay with no. It's okay. I didn't get that deal. Oh well, on to the next.
Yep.
Being okay with imperfection. This is
Mhm.
something I've worked on for years. Is, you know, a good product is not always a perfect product. Just because, you know, you seek perfection doesn't mean that you don't have to have perfection in a lot of the processes and the things you do. They just have to be good. The intention has to be good, but perfection is not always the goal. So just getting out of the mindset of every condition, everything has to be perfect. Getting out of the mindset of no, saying no. That's another one. Saying no is not bad. It's not negative. It's you know, sometimes it's protecting your peace.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to say no and being able to accept no and being able to accept imperfections as well in your processes and your business, you know, and just learning from those imperfections and improving them, but not being dead set on it has to be perfect, because there's no such thing as a perfect product.
Absolutely.
Great advice, Stacy. What about you, Brandi?
You gotta remind me. I was following Stacy and you lost me. I was into the story, but I lost the question.
So how do you avoid emotional burnout?
Emotional
when deals,
burnout.
contractors, or markets get stressful?
Emotional burnout. I had to learn that it's all just business and numbers, right? And I had to understand that, you know, I think we all have the times when we're like, man, this is like, am I cut out to do this? Like, what's going on? Like, I'm back here again. Like this happened again, or you have the nervousness, right? We all have the nervousness of like trying to see if we're going to get that exit that we plan for, right? Because when you're waiting on that exit to happen, you're like, wow, I thought this was going to happen faster. I didn't know I was going to be in this situation, that. And you have to be able to calm down and say, like, allow the timing to happen for when the season that you're in, right? 2020, 2021 is not the season that I'm in 2026. And if I have that 2020 expectation in 26, then I'm already going to burn myself out emotionally, right? Because my expectation is flawed. And so I think the best thing is to understand where you are and understand what season you're in. And then you can't control everything. And I said that, and I'm a woman. We can't control all the things. We can't control everything, even though we know all the details around every single thing that is everywhere around us, except when we're in danger. We can't control everything. And once you release that, you get further, right? You have more peace because you're like, I did my job. Now let the market do its job.
Mm-hmm.
Great advice. It's funny that you said that. My wife is like, this is great. I just let you worry about it. Well, I'm stressing.
You guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, that's so funny. Now, I don't want to run out of time. We might run over time, maybe like 10 minutes, because I want to get through these important questions. Now, we talked about emotional and the burnout, emotional burnout. Now we're going to get into scaling without losing control. So these questions are going to help investors, real estate agents, anyone that is trying to grow a business in general. At what point should an agent or investor actually bring on help?
I'll
When
give you a
you
great.
okay, go.
No,
No,
you go ahead. No, you go first.
I would say when I have to be in multiple places at once. Like I have to be doing property walkthroughs and I have to be doing Zoom meetings with people. Like if I have to be in two places at once, then I have to have another person. Like it's impossible for me to be in two places at one time.
Hey, I might get a robot.
We're on the way. I mean, what you got, Stace?
Like I was saying about the non-negotiable, when you find yourself pushing off revenue generators, just because you don't have time or you can't be there,
Yep.
That's when you need to start figuring out who can be there to fill your seat. Because at the end of the day, a revenue generator, that's what we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
That's my number one. That was my number one. It's like, all right, like this is costing me money. I'm seeing the money leave.
And the opportunities. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's a big one too. When I started, I got in the weeds from task. I'm like in the weeds from doing tasks that aren't like revenue generating, of course, but just like even sometimes revenue generating tasks can take up my whole day. Right. And it's like, then I have little teeny emails to respond to. So I think the biggest thing is when I got an assistant to just help me manage the things that weren't the low hanging fruit that she could just knock out for me. It freed up so much of my time so I could actually not just focus and analyze, but just have the mental clarity to just like sit in something and know that I'm doing it the way it should be done. Because I'm not rushing. It's like, how can I do this in an hour? Well, now I can sit and do it. I feel like when you're not rushing though, you can do it faster.
Yep.
It's like when you're chilling, you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Like when I wake up at 4:00 in the morning and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna knock all this stuff off my mind. I can get like a day full of work done in like an hour and a half.
Whole day done.
It's insane. And I'm like, whew, sheesh, I need to wake up every day. But now I do wake up every day.
That's a benefit of waking up early. Now, I want to talk about what's one thing people delegate too early that creates more chaos.
Relationship management. Like business is heavily driven on relationships. Like you cannot delegate your relationship with someone because most businesses or most people don't do business with businesses. They do business with people. So, I've had scenarios where it's like, okay, I know this person, the main reason why they even is doing business with me is because of me. If I try to say, hey, somebody else is going to go talk with you or do these things with you on this day, it's probably going to shake that relationship. And the last thing you want to do is to shake a good business relationship. Because I mean, believe it or not, a lot of people take business relationships personal, especially small businesses. So like you just don't ever try to delegate a business relationship. I'm not saying a task, repetitive tasks, delegate them all day. But when it comes to those conversations where it's like, okay, I've established a relationship. I know this person specifically said the only reason why they're going to deal with me in this capacity or do this deal in this capacity is because of who I am and how they know me. Well, I have to follow through. I have to be there when that person is going through the process.
Yeah, I probably would say money, finances, like financial means, like things that are credit cards and like I've had people steal lots of money off credit cards in my absence. So yes, I know personally.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then final decision. Go ahead.
You said final decision.
Yes, like never allow somebody to make a final decision that's going to impact your whole business. Like you can loosely, if it's something minor, I don't care PEX or I don't care about PEX or PVC. Do what you got to do, sir. But when it comes to a business decision that's going to impact me for years and years and years, or relationships, like no, run that through me before we yes or no that,
Yep.
And I experienced a lot of that actually last year.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much stealing off a credit card, Brandi, but
Right.
taking money from me. Not stealing, but not giving it back.
Mm-hmm.
And also delegating too early. And I could say decision making too, but that is, that's my fault, right? It wasn't the time to even allow others to give input at that point.
Yeah.
Because you have your vision. They came on because of your vision.
Mm-hmm.
And I started asking for more input on decisions that I was going to make instead of sticking to what I saw it going.
Mm-hmm.
And you being a visionary, a lot of people may not understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
And, I take that on the chin. It won't happen again because at the end of the day, you have to think about you had this vision and you have the skills to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
But if you lose sight of that from getting swayed by others' doubt,
Yeah.
then that's going to take away from your revenue as well.
Yep.
Business is like you're the artist. When you're owner, entrepreneur, operator of your business, you're an artist and you're painting a picture. And every single stroke, you should have the final say because nobody knows what your picture is in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
Totally agree.
That's good. You paint your own canvas.
Yeah.
Sometimes my team, like, we'll make adjustments, and they'll be like, "Oh my God!" And I'm like, "Well, you're trying to bring the light what's in my mind, and I don't know how to tell you. We just have to keep altering it until I see what I desire to see for what I thought we were going to produce, right? Especially with like marketing and ads and graphics, it's like you have a vision of how you want to present yourself, and sometimes I kind of feel like, is it micromanaging? But it's like, no, I didn't tell you how to do it. I'm just giving you advice and recommendations of the end result. Like this end result is not the end. I need you to go back and change these things and then come back.
And like I said, everything works the same, right? I've been in software, I've been in business, I've been in like a lot of different industries
Mm-hmm.
as well. And in software, we have requirements in business value. So like say you're developing an app and you have a team, you tell them what it's supposed to do because someone had that vision of what is supposed to happen when this app is developed or this portion of the app is developed. Now you have to, the technical people, the developers have to go in and make it happen that way. We don't care how you make it happen that way. We just know what the end result is supposed to be. Now, during a review or demo of the end result, you look at it. And now if it doesn't appear to do the thing that you visually or in your mind, you said it was going to operate this way, now you could tell the team or the development team, well, this is supposed to do this. Why isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And then they may come back and say, well, I didn't know that. So they could go back and fix it.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what you both are saying. You have the vision, you have the team, so you have to tell the team exactly what you want, but you don't tell them on the technical aspect how to get it done. You just tell them what the vision is and how it's supposed to come out.
Yep.
Now, I know it's 5 minutes over, but we made it. And I'm glad you guys joined. And it's always a good time talking to you both.
Absolutely.
And inside the Skool community, they're here to help you guys whenever you need real estate advice. Brandi has her own community. You can go into her community, come to this community, get filtered there. And there's other resources in the community as well. Now, everything we talked about tonight, systems, workflows, boundaries, it's the exact thing that we build inside of the Skool community as well. We want playbooks, live breakdowns, and ongoing support to remove chaos for good. Join us inside the Skool community. It's growing. We have a few free slots available. It won't be free for long because we're growing pretty rapidly. And like I said, you could go back and look at these. These lives will be taken down at the end of the month, which is next week actually. And you can only see them when you go inside of the Skool community. So if you're not in, please join. Please join Brandi Skool community. Hit Stacy up if you have some property you need developed. If you're an investor,
yes,
the best guy that I know, very knowledgeable. So hit Stacy up as well. You guys have anything that you want to close with?
I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me again. Many more to come. And good luck everybody out there tonight trying to just looking to take the first step. I hope we gave you some good insights.
Great. Nothing here, man. Hey, just be good, be great. Let's go out here and enjoy it.
Right.
Enjoy is the other part. You gotta enjoy.
Gotta find some joy in what we do.
Exactly.
Enjoy. And until next week with another investment talk. See you later.
Peace.